Welcome to number 50 Great Bridgewater Street and the Britain's Protection. Now, last week when I was in the Hare and Hounds, I asked if you knew where the tiles that I showed you in that pub were also featured in the city centre, and this is the one. Let's go inside and have a look. Here on a corner just south of Manchester city centre proper, you'll find something that catches your eye before you've even decided to stop. The tall white frontage, the gold lettering. It doesn't have the ornate tiled exterior of some of Manchester's other heritage pubs, but it has a quiet confidence about it. You clock it and you're drawn in. The Britain's Protection is a Grade 2 listed historic public house, established in 1811 and getting its name from the pub's use as an army recruiting venue during the Napoleonic Wars. Soldiers would come in, buy men a drink and sign them up for a war they might not come back from. There are murals inside that tell that story. The modest exterior doesn't prepare you for what's inside. In here it's 1930 and it's stayed that way. Listed on CAMRA's National Inventory of Historic Pub Interiors, the Britain's Protection received a major refit in the 30s and almost all of it survives. A terrazzo tiled floor, moulded ceiling and a serving hatch through which the two rear rooms are served beer from the front bar. The narrow front bar is dominated by a tortoiseshell brown wall tiles, almost identical to the ones you'll find in the Hare and Hounds, and a mahogany bar darkened by decades of varnish. The impressive moulded ceiling picked out in red and gold is the kind of detail that makes you stop mid-sup. The numbers on the doors were required to identify each space for licensing purposes, a practical necessity that's become one of the most charming details in the building. And in those rear rooms, the original fixed seating comes complete with little bell push buttons, remnants of a time when you could ring for service rather than walk to the bar. They're no longer in use, but they're still there, still fitted, still waiting. Now the beer, and this is where I need to talk about Oshi, the barman, who did not need much encouragement to talk up the cask.
The pub's got great beers, great people, and a great history behind it, and it's one of the staple pieces in Manchester.
The cellar had recently been refurbished and there are now 8 hand pulls, though on the day I visited 6 were on, with 2 more being got ready in the cellar. Oshi let me behind the bar to pull my own pint of Bass, proper, traditional, cask Bass, the kind you find less and less these days. I'll be honest, I'm a bit rusty, but it turned out the years behind the bar haven't left me entirely just yet. A good pull, a proper head, with a packet of scampi fries on the side, some things are just right. This place has weathered 2 centuries of Manchester changing around it, still one of Manchester's least spoilt heritage pubs, a living pub, not a museum piece, that just happens to have kept everything worth keeping. It's a top place with bags of character, steeped in history, and the cask ale is great. If you're on a Manchester crawl, this one is a non-negotiable, so please pop in and let me know what you reckon to the Britain's Protection.